Hey everybody, just want to give an update where we're at with the comp build with the Furitek 1400 kV motor. We've got that in the chassis on the metal skid and gearbox mount, and I just started getting the RC all-wheel drive portals together. So I did take the there they are there. I did take the, bear with me guys, I'm trying a new camera here. I got a DJI Osmo Pocket 2, so I'm trying that out to see how it works, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it works well for getting some run videos. But anyways, yeah, so we've got the rear links on there. I did have the portals opened and the axle open, and there was some grease in there, but I put a little bit extra marine grease in there, cleaned out what they had in there, and put the marine grease in both the diff and into the portals. Everything looked good in there. So yeah, so that's the RC all-wheel drive rear axle, and I got the links on there. So you've got the Endura high clearance links. These are the 69mm links, so the deadbolt links. And yeah, so those are. I'm having focus failure on this new camera. I'm gonna have to play with this thing. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. Where my GoPro can't focus in, that's kind of why I wanted to get this. We can kind of focus in on them a little bit better. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. So then I've got the front links to get done for the front axle. There's the high lift links, and this is the actual 4-link system, so I'm not putting the Y link in there. This is the 4-link Endura. And then we got the rear axle here, which we'll get into next, and I'll probably open that up, and we'll do a video of getting into that once we get into there. So yeah, so just a little bit of an update, and we'll be back as I go through this build. This is the first video. I should have done one of putting together the motor and the transmission. So the transmission is just a stock transmission. I do have that part number. Bear with me a sec. So that's the part number there, AX131608. So I did just buy the stock instead of a metal casing one. I just bought a stock. And then you've got the see in there, you guys, that's focusing, so that's good. The Furitek motor mount that comes with the kit. I bought the Furitek 1400 kV Lizard Pro kit. So you've got the Lizard Pro ESC that'll go into the stock axle ESC, the first original one, which I have a few of those in a couple of deadbolts. And then you get the, oops, so I had some screws in there, hold on a sec. And we got the, comes with the, right here is the motor mount and the steel spur gear and pinion gear. So they all come with that kit. And you get this little guy here for tuning the motor through your ESC. This is so that you can get the app and do the settings on your Komodo motor. And then you get, of course, the motor. So that's the motor, and it comes with all the mounting screws, everything you need. So this is, like I said, the kit. You get everything you need to install it, except for, of course, the tranny and everything else. And then we're doing the I got this off Amazon, actually. Like, this is, I was hoping to do an 70 to 80% Amazon build. Then I was lucky enough to get the RC all-wheel drive axles and portals. So thank you to RC all-wheel drive for supplying me with those. And again, we'll get into the rear one. So yeah, so we're getting the build undergo. I got lots of screws and lots of parts all over the place here, guys. Again, trying a new camera. Hopefully this turns out well, and we'll see you when I get to the next step. Okay, so here is the front portal axle from RC all-wheel drive out of the packaging. So you get the complete with steering connections, everything there, and you get a little bag of your hexes and bearings for the end of your portholes. They're not installed in there yet. and the tire nuts lock the threaded nut. So everything you need to, and a screw, I'm not sure what, oh, that screw's probably for the steering arm. So yeah, so you get everything you need in there. This one's for the rear. Yeah, and there is no screw in that one. So definitely for the steering arm and the servo. Okay, so we'll have to mount a servo mount on this one. I do have one. I have an aluminum one because we are putting Emax 12 gram into this build. So yeah, so that's the portal, and you get a sticker sheet. So double-sided here. You got RC all-wheel drive on one side and a bunch of different types on the other side. Hopefully you guys can see that. Am I zooming out here? There we go. All right, so you see those and then those. So yeah, so a few different types there. So that's what you get in the packaging. Again, you can find the description, in my description you can find an address to these, and there's an affiliate link there. If you click that link, I get some little bit of payback that'll help me bring in some more RC all-wheel drive parts. And if you use coupon code RASRC, all capital letters all together, you get 5% off. Again, we're going to give these a try, so I'm going to get into them, open them up, and then I'll show you what's inside of the portal and what's inside of the diff, which we all know it's a worm gear, but just show you how greased they are from them, and then when I put my marine grease in there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the brass cover off, and those are really heavy. I wish I had a scale. I still don't have a scale to weigh that. That's really heavy. So that's a really heavy, we're not really getting a good focus on this area. Yeah, that's really a heavy brass case cover, diff cover, and then there's your gears. So I'm sure you guys can see that. So let me get it standing up there a little bit, and I can kind of zoom in there a little bit. So there, hopefully it's focusing. I got a problem with my focus on this thing, and maybe I don't have it set to auto. I'm not sure. But I'm just learning this camera, so bear with me, guys. So yeah, so there they are inside. There is a little bit of grease in there. It's kind of hard for you guys to see that, but there is some grease in there. So we'll put some of our grease. There's your worm gear. Not a whole lot of grease on that worm gear. But yeah, so there it is. All right, so there's what it looks like inside. Your typical, doesn't look much different than the stock ones, besides maybe it's a hardened steel. I'm not sure. I'd have to go onto their webpage. I can't remember. But yeah, so there's the inside. I'm going to grease them up and close them up, and I'll also do the portal ends off camera just to get it done, and we'll start putting the links on and work away here, and I'll get to a point, and then I'll come back and give you a status update of where we're at. So stay tuned and give me a bit, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, and welcome back, and just a status update. Here we are. We've got the pretty much all ready to go, except for the shocks. I think that's all I got left in the electronics. But so we've got the RC all-wheel drive diffs all buttoned up. I did have one problem with the servo mount. So I have the Emax 12 gram metal geared servo in there, analog metal gear servo. I had a Amazon, let's see if I can find it here. I had an Amazon servo mount, but it did not fit that well on the with the Emax, so, or on the RC all-wheel drive differentials. It wouldn't, the holes wouldn't line up, the top holes of the diff cover going through to hold on the servo mount. They wouldn't line up. So unfortunately I couldn't use it, so I used a stock plastic one. And yeah, so there's what we got so far. It's coming together. I think it's coming together. So we'll just get the shocks on. Haven't decided how I'm going to set those up yet. And then we'll get the battery tray in somehow in the back here. I think I'm just going to take it in and we're going to do it probably this way and have it in there something like that. So it sits on top of the motor mount there, but angled down a little bit so I can get a battery in there. And we'll go from there. And then I'll probably put all the electronics underneath on the plate here. I'll put them all underneath on the plate. So we'll see how that works out. And I probably should be paying more attention to the camera here, guys, because again, I'm using this new camera and it's giving me issues. Usually I have the camera set up, I'm holding it in my hand. So hopefully this video turns out okay. But if not, hey, it's a learning curve with this new camera. So anyways, yeah, there's a status update on my build with the Furitek motor and Lizard Pro that's going to go in it. I would like to maybe extend it a bit, but I'll talk more about that at the end of the video or in a separate video when we take her out for a test run, and maybe we'll do an overview of how it performed. All right, so let me get everything else buttoned up, the rims, the tires. I'm going with the Mudslinger tires for sure. I've got a few sets of rims. I just haven't decided which ones I'm going to go with yet, and I'll come back to you when I get it all buttoned up and finished and ready for the trail. Hey, all right, so here it is all together and what I've got. And we got the rims and tires on. We got the RC four-wheel drive mudslingers on there with some bead locks. Again, Amazon bead locks. I do like those bead locks. They're the same ones I put on my Gladiator. I got the Endura shocks on. The backs are really good. I took it off for a quick little run. It is running. But I found that the way the shocks are, I get that. So it stands up like a monster truck, and the front won't come back down the way I got the shocks. And then unfortunately, because these M1.4 screws, which are these little buggers here, hopefully you guys can see that, they're really small. I don't have any nuts for them, so I had to use one of these bars to put the screws in and attach the shocks to it, and I can't move it any lower to force that front end. Like I want to try and move it maybe down into here somewhere right into here, but I can't get it in there because the motor's in the way. It would hit the motor or the drive shaft, and I don't have any nuts, and I can't find any. So I don't know if I need to try and see if an M2 screw will fit through there and get some M2 nuts, which are the same as the wheel nuts. I don't know if I have any M2 screws. I'll have to have a look. But that's what we've got so far. Battery up here. We got the Lizard Pro on top. We put the tray in. If you look at it there, we put the tray in, and it's loose in there. There's nothing holding it up top. It's bolted in the back here because I couldn't get everything. So there's a receiver from the deadbolt right underneath. It doesn't interfere with anything. There's a brace there. I don't know if you guys can, doesn't want to focus on that in there. The links don't hit that brace, or the drive shaft doesn't hit that brace. It's holding just above the ESC, that lovely ESC from the deadbolt. And that's what the Lizard's connected into, and of course the steering servo. But yeah, so it's in there really good. And then I put the Lizard Pro up here with the Bluetooth just beside it, and then I can slip in this Gens Ace 450 mAh battery 2S right into there. I do have a 3S that I might try in this too, so it'll slip in there. But you can see here how it's sitting. It doesn't sit very well. So I've got to figure out the front telemetry, or I'm going to stretch it out with some longer links. These are the deadbolt links, the high-rise links, and of course I have the RC all-wheel drive portals on there, and you see how it's kind of sitting at an angle. It should be more out like that. It snaps out. That's how I want it to sit. So I got to figure out how to get that to sit like that. But yeah, so there's my first SCX24, I guess you'd call it a comp build, what I'm at right now. I'm going to try and make some adjustments and maybe order a set of longer front links. These are the deadbolt links, so they're only 20.5 millimeter and 41 mil. So it's the 4-link system. Yeah, they're 41 mil links, so maybe I need to go to the 50. I think they're 50 mil links. But yeah, so there it is, guys. I think it turned out pretty good for what it is, an Amazon build. And when I do some other changes to it, I'll come back and then we'll do a complete overview of it and get it out running. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll come back when I've made some changes.